Request for urgent intervention in the continued detention of Cambodian prisoners of war by the Kingdom of Thailand. Excellency, I have the honor to convey the Royal Government of Cambodia's deep concern regarding the continued and unlawful detention of 18 Cambodian soldiers by the Kingdom of Thailand under circumstances that engage both international humanitarian law (IHL) and international human rights law (IHRL). I wish to draw your urgent attention to the deeply troubling fact on the seizure and detention of 20 Cambodian soldiers by Thai armed forces in breach of the ceasefire which took effect at 24 hours on 28 July 2025. Thai soldiers crossed into Cambodian sides of the border, refusing to stop their advance despite objections from Cambodian soldiers who were under strict order not to open fire. They offered shake hands and suggested a group photo with Cambodian soldiers in a pretentious show of goodwill while both sides were supposed to observe the truce. Another group of Thai soldiers came out from the adjacent bush, seized the 20 unsuspecting Cambodian soldiers at gunpoint, and forcefully transferred them into Thai custody. The Thai authority now contend, contrary to both fact standard ceasefire terms and international law, that the Cambodian soldiers had unlawfully crossed into Thai territory. While 2 detainees have since been repatriated, 18 Cambodian soldiers remain in Thai detention. His Excellency Mr. Walker Turk, United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights, Office of the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights, Geneva. Cambodia submits that these acts amount to a serious violation of both international humanitarian law (IHL) and international human rights law (IHRL). The capture occurred in the context of an international armed conflict (IAC) as defined by Common Article 2 of the 1949 Geneva Conventions involving the regular armed forces of 2 high contracting parties. Under Article 4 of the 3rd Geneva Convention (JC3), the detained Cambodian soldiers, uniformed members of the armed forces, are entitled to prisoners of war (POW) status from the moment of capture. Thailand's assertion that the soldiers were apprehended for ongoing investigation or interrogation is legally untenable. Article 17 JC3 restricts the obligation of POW to disclose only their name, rank, date of birth, and serious number. Any attempt to elicit further information, whether through coercion, pressure, or extended detention, is strictly prohibited. If substantiated, such conduct may constitute inhuman or degrading treatment in violation of both treaty-based IHL and customary international law, and may engage individual criminal liability as well as state responsibility, especially where it implicates peremptory norms cogence. Moreover, Article 118 JC3 imposes a positive obligation on the detaining power to release and repatriate POWs without delay following the cessation of active hostilities. The continued detention of the remaining Cambodian soldiers after the effective implementation of the ceasefire constitutes unlawful confinement, potentially amounting to a grave breach under Article 130 JC3 and a war crimes under Article 82A7 of the Rome Statutes of the International Criminal Court. While the release of 2 particular vulnerable detainees, one physically injured and the other reportedly suffering from psychiatric distress, may reflect partial compliance with Article 15, 30, and 109 JC3, such selective repatriation does not cure the ongoing violation in relation to the 18 remaining detainees. Furthermore, Thailand's invocation of domestic legal or investigatory frameworks against lawful combatants captured in an international armed conflict is incompatible with the principle of combatant immunity and the supremacy of IHL over national law in such contexts. In addition to IHL, Thailand's conduct also engaged its obligation under international human rights law, particularly Article 9 of the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights (ICCPR), which prohibited arbitrary detention. The ongoing deprivation of liberty absent any lawful basis under IHL or IHRL and without independent judicial review amounts to arbitrary detention. Article 7 ICCPR and Articles 1 and 16 of the Convention Against Torture (CAT), which prohibited torture and cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment, prolonged or coercive interrogation of POWs, and detention without contact with family, legal counsel, or ICRC may engage these prohibitions and constitute a serious human rights violation. The continued detention also implicates Thailand's duty of non-discrimination under Article 26 ICCPR, given that uniformed soldiers captured in an IAC are to be treated equally under IHL and IHRL without discriminatory application of domestic criminal law. In view of the foregoing and in accordance with the High Commissioner's mandate to promote and protect the enjoyment and full realization of all human rights, including in situations of armed conflict, the Royal Government of Cambodia respectfully requests that Your Excellency 1. Engage with the Thai authority to urge immediate compliance with Article 17 and 118 JC3, including the unconditional and immediate repatriations of all remaining 18 Cambodian POWs. 2. Monitor the situation and assess the legality of the detention under international human rights standards, particularly with respect to Article 7 and 9 ICCPR and Article 1 and 16 CAT. 3. Refer to measures as appropriate to relevant UN special procedures, including the Working Group on Arbitrary Detention, the Special Rapporteur on Tortures, and the Special Rapporteur on the Human Rights of Persons deprived of liberty for urgent consideration. 4. Affirm the concurrent and complementary application of IHL and IHRL in armed conflict and reaffirm the rights of POWs are protected under both regimes. 5. Facilitate through your good office the immediate and unconditional repatriation of the 18 Cambodian prisoners of war in line with Thailand's international obligations and in accordance with the principle of humanity, legality, and the rule of law. Cambodia reaffirmed its unwavering commitment to the rule of law, the peaceful settlement of disputes, and the strict observance of the Geneva Convention and international human rights treaties to which it is a party. We respectfully trust on the leadership of the Office of the High Commissioner to take all necessary steps to uphold the humanitarian and legal obligation owed to persons deprived of liberty in armed conflict. Please accept, Excellency, the renewed assurances of my highest consideration. Respectfully, Dara N, Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary Permanent Representative.